Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com here for my third match of my budget Gruul Dragons in Modern. We have no turn 3 Planeswalker, but we do have an Arbor Elf, a Stomp. I think we can keep this. Hopefully the Magic Gods will smile upon us and let us draw into something good. I've cut down to just 2 Arbor Elves in favor of the 4 Utopia Sprawls for Delighted Halflings, so it's odd that I even see Arbor Elf in the opening 7. I normally don't see it at all, or I'll draw it only in turn 3. Field around, okay. Or I'll draw it only in the late game when it doesn't really matter that much. We'll go ahead and get in with the old Arbor Elf. Not really what we wanted to be doing with it, but it is what it is. So this Bone Crusher Giant is part of our budget version. We replaced Wrenn and 6 with it. And Wrenn and 6 has been unimpressive largely. It's good in spots, of course. It's good against us. It can be good against other opponents looking for land, I guess. It can be good against other mana dork decks. Okay, so it looks like maybe they're playing, I would guess, some sort of like 4 or 5 color control or domain. They don't have a man, we are just flooding out like whoa. So they did not have a creature to play, so I'm assuming it's control. I would imagine if it was, well, go ahead and play this Field of Ruin, but imagine if it was domain, they would have played something last turn, but you never know. They could just have a weird hand and still be domain zoo. Yeah, this has happened a lot in our deck where we just hit land. That doesn't mean the games we don't have a chance at this game. It just means we are not having our fastest and most aggressive start that we could, especially when it looks like our opponent's a little bit behind on lands. We'll see. Next turn, maybe we'll see what our opponent plays, but Stomp, then into Storm Breath. Could Field of Ruin, whatever they get with this Flooded Strand. It's kind of a weird. What we're seeing so far is fairly weird, I would say. I'm not in any hurry to Field of Ruin anything, but we'll see what they get. Okay, looks Jeskai then. Control. Oh, no, 4 color money pile. There comes a Teferi. Sure. Guess it's going to return our Arbor Elf. I will say that I don't really enjoy playing against 4 and 5 color money pile control. Hopefully the Storm Breath will line up well, though, if we get another land. I mean, just incredible the number of lands that we end up drawing in a game sometimes. We've drawn all lands this game. And that is not the first time that this has happened, where we've kept, at least we kept 7, but we've just hit nothing but lands. We've fetched twice, essentially, with this, what else is a fetch? Field of Ruin. We've shuffled twice. We shuffle right into another land every single time, it looks like. Hopefully our opponent's still struggling on land, and they're hoping that a Solitude will get them out of things or something like that, because Storm Breath doesn't care about Solitude. Okay, there's the Delighted Halfling. Good for them. Don't have double blue for counter magic, which is good for us. Man, we would love to draw something that's not a land. Another Storm Breath isn't bad. Storm Breath doesn't care about Teferi, that's for sure. Do they have a way to counter a creature with that mana. Does not look like it. So next turn we can go ahead and monstrous it, which is going to put our opponent in a world of hurt, assuming it survives. Opponent probably will get rid of this Arbor Elf to stop that from happening if they don't have a way to get rid of the Storm Breath, which being in these colors and missing some of the color sources in land, it looks like they're going to have a hard time answering a protection from white creature. We'll see though. Going to bounce, or is this going to be the One Ring? Yep, well, each opponent, yeah, the One Ring doesn't really, too bad. We would love to hit a Questing Beast or another Stomp. The One Ring enters the battlefield. If you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. So protection from everything. I wonder if that means they protection from the monstrousness. Questing Beast would be good. Stomp would be good. Utopia Sprawl, not really what we want. It deals damage to each opponent equal. So yeah, it deals damage, so that's going to protect it. We don't really want to die to a Supreme Verdict. But what we can do is we'll do a upkeep stop, and we can monstrous this after their draw. I don't really want to just run out this Bone Crusher Giant into a Supreme Verdict, and we can hit our opponent for 8, and then they're dead. All right. See if our opponent has some sort of shenanigan for this to get out of this particular bind. Can't imagine what it would be with the mana that they have available right now. Sure. Don't think that's going to work though. All right, they're going to gain some life, or they thought they were going to get them. Maybe they're just emptying their hand. Who knows? I'm going to say they're not even gaining life. That's us. But maybe they thought they could get the Storm Breath, realized they couldn't, or they just wanted to pitch a card to lose less life. Because now they're dead on board to the Storm Breath if they don't draw an answer. So this is kind of how we drew it up, how we envision Storm Breath getting us victories against the deck like money pile control. Is that their main ways of interacting with us are going to be white-based removal. And so if we can stick a Storm Breath, it can carry us to victory. And unless they have a Supreme Verdict, which they don't have the land for, they're going to scoop it up. All right. Nice win for us there on the back of a Storm Breath. We had a very slow hand, drew really poorly, but our opponent drew worse, it looks like. And stumbled on land. I mean, they made a land drop every single turn. So I don't know if they made a land drop the first 3 turns and then missed lands. But during those turns, I mean, they were able, I don't know, they just didn't have a good hand, I guess. But we weren't doing much either. All right, Lightning Bolt, all right. Okay, so against control, we could bring in Veils of Summer. It's possible we want to bring in some kind of Tormod's Crypt. Blood Moon effect is good. Maybe not on the draw. We'll see though. We'll take out the Arbor Elves per usual. Take out a couple of our... Man, it's tough. Lightning Bolt's good, but... All right, run it like that. I mean, they know what they're playing against, so I imagine they're going to probably hold up. So we have the Mana Dork, we have the Veil of Summer, but we only have a single land, so do we really want to risk it? What a sweet looking hand we have, though. It's painful. They're going into 6 already. This Lightning Bolt is more or less a dead draw. Oh, man. The opposite of last game, huh? I'm so tempted to keep it because we do have a turn 1 Mana Dork, and if we draw a land, we're off to the races. Yeah, we're going to keep. If we draw a land, we'll probably hold off on this Delighted Halfling, to be honest, and use the Veil of Summer to protect it. Hopefully you don't want to get max punished. I mean, we managed to draw a bunch of lands last game and get the victory, so hopefully we will not just miss our land drops the rest of the game and lose. Obviously a red source would be great. Man, do we wait a turn? I mean, we're just going to go for it and trust that we're going to draw into a land. Trust that they don't have an answer for Delighted Halfling. Come on, lands. Please land. One land, one. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're going to get max punished, apparently. Sometimes that's what happens, I guess. I'll go ahead and attack. Sometimes you just keep a one lander and don't draw very well. So we have our 3 dragons. We will definitely run out this Veil of Summer just to draw a card at this point. We have uncounterable with the Delighted Halfling. Looks like our opponent. Are they missing lands? They didn't fetch, which makes me think. Usually the industry standard is don't fetch if you need to draw lands. And those basics, it looks like. Nope, they hit their 3rd land. Here comes the fairy, I guess. Well, at least we can respond with Veil of Summer and keep our Delighted Halfling alive. And we hit the green source. No red source. Ouch. Okay. Red source, please, would be great. So we can cast this. Anyway. Red source. All right. So what we can do is play this with Domri, lightning bolt at the fairy, and have another layer of protection for uncounterability stuff. Kiora is a great card, especially for card draw, but we have so many dragons right now that I'm not sure it's really that matters that much. So this will at least mean our opponent has to cash in their Domri if they want to bounce our Delighted Halfling, which if I was them, I would. Especially if they had another one in hand, but we'll see. Or if they're missing land drops. Because it's going to die if they don't answer the Delighted Halfling. Of course, we would love it if they just, I don't even know, I guess played a red source, cast Omnath, plus this up, and then we could Glorybringer. Yeah, okay. And we already seen how devastating a Storm Breath can be against a deck that has a lot of white-based removal. We're going to get a Dragon down next turn if they don't answer the halfling, and then if they do answer the halfling, maybe we will. Are they going to do it? Is it on that time? Oh, just a lightning bolt. Well, that's unfortunate for us, because we would have liked to have resolved this Kiora. All right, there's our lands again, so that's always good. See if they brought in something to answer this Kiora. We would really like this Kiora to resolve because she'll draw us a bunch of cards. Nice. It resolves. Excellent. Now what do we do? Well, we're not going to plus her up yet, so we'll just... Hopefully they don't have a leyline binding for one of our planeswalkers. They're really working on this Teferi plus in. I'm just curious, like I've played against 4 and 5 color control so much, they almost always have answers. Running 6. Yeah, you know what would be good right now? Questing Beast. I say that a lot. Yep, get another land. Leyline binding. That would be the worst for us. We would still get a dragon down, but it could be, they could start making things, especially if they get a blue source and 1 mana leyline binding and get rid of the Domri, suddenly our things can get countered, which is looking like where they're going right now. Okay, their Undelighted Halfling. Oh, I wonder, what do we, I guess we go with, the Stormbreath first, unless we draw a Questing Beast, but here we're definitely hitting our lands now, so we're going to go with Stormbreath first and kill this Teferi. I think is our plan. They may have brought in the Brazen Bar shenanigans. Which would stop the attack. It won't stop us drawing a card, but they're down to 2 cards, and we drew another Stormbreath. I mean, we could just go straight for the face at this point. Yeah, I think we're just going to ignore our Planeswalker. I don't know if that's the right move, but we're drawing the second Stormbreath means that they're dead on board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're dead to a monstrous Stormbreath next turn, so it's Supreme Verdict or bust, and then we can still cast a second Stormbreath. So, and we win the match. All right, we could have what we should have done. No, we plussed up the Domri to cast it uncounterably, but yeah. So we took down the. I've never seen a 4 or 5 color money pile deck run so poorly, to be honest. So I feel like we got lucky there, but our deck did what it was supposed to do. Ramped into dragons. We play Stormbreath for a reason, and this matchup is one of those reasons. So good win for us. Happy to take down one of the decks that I hate playing against and that I lose to a lot. So overall, really nice. So this is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com. I'll catch you on the next one.
This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com, and this has been another edition of Dragons and Modern. Be sure to go to my site and check out all of my original Magic the Gathering content, where I post articles and video of my janky modern brews in my commander decks. I'm also publishing a couple chapters every month for my science fiction fantasy novel called The Pod Kind. Check me out on YouTube as well. Click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.